Now let us continue further, sir. I hope these 8 key points what we have discussed is very clear. Now see here, in all our previous cases we used to call something like this. Listen to this very carefully. This is something which is very important for you to learn. Now in all our previous cases we were saying that if x plus 1 by x, if x plus 1 by x is equal to k, then x cube, then x cube plus 1 by x cube, then x cube 1 plus 1 by x cube, this was equal to k cube minus 3k, right? This was equal to k cube minus 3k. Now listen to this carefully, sir. Listen to this very carefully. Instead of k, instead of calling it as some constant, in our previous cases I was saying that let that k value be anything, any constant. Now I am specifically converting that particular constant as root 3. Suppose if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, then x cube plus 1 by x cube is equal to k cube minus 3k. That means it is root 3 whole cube minus 3 into root 3. Root 3 whole cube is root 3 whole square into root 3. Root 3 whole square is nothing but 3. It is 3 root 3 minus another 3 root 3. 3 root 3 minus 3 root 3 is 0. That means in simple language, very important key point I can say that if x plus 1 by x, if x plus 1 by x is equal to a particular constant called as root 3, then I can also say that x cube plus 1 by x cube will always be equal to how much? It will always be equal to 0. I hope this point is very clear. Now if I further simplify this, if I further simplify by taking the LCM, LCM is x cube into x cube, it is x power 6 plus 1 equal to 0. 0, if I cross multiply the denominator of left hand side with the numerator of right hand side, 0 into x cube is x cube. That means I can another thing say as, I can say this also like if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, one of the way of saying it is x cube plus 1 by x cube will be equal to 0. Another way of saying is x power 6 plus 1, x power 6 plus 1 will be equal to 0. Or I can also call this as x power 6 will be equal to how much? Minus 1. You can call it in completely different ways, sir. You can call it in different ways, but everything remains the same. That means I will write all the three things in one equation itself. If x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, then x cube plus 1 by x cube I can easily say that as 0, or I can say it as x power 6 plus 1 equal to 0, or I can also say this as x power 6 is equal to minus 1. Different ways of saying. These are all true. Whatever I have written in this entire box, everything is true, right? Everything is actually validated. Now see here, sir. Just now we said that, just now we gave one important observation here. That observation is if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, then just now I wrote it, above itself I wrote it, x power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0, right? X power 6 plus 1 is equal to 0. Now instead of writing this as 1, 1 can also be written as x power 0, right? 1 is also nothing but equal to x power 0. That means can I say that x power 6 plus x power 0 is equal to 0? That means in simple language I can say that x power 6, x power 0. Observe the powers right now. Here the power is 6, here the power is 0. The difference between the powers 6 and 0, the difference is equal to how much? 6. The difference between the powers is 6. If the difference between the powers is 6 and if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, then the value will always be the sum of those values will always be equal to 0. I hope the idea is clear. That means suppose for example Suppose assume that in your question, one simple example let me take. Assume that in your question they are saying that if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, right? If x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, that is the question that is given. Just a minute, sir, let me write it. If x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, then find the value of, they are asking you, then find the value of x power 290 plus x power 284. I need to find this value. It is very easy to say for us as 0, because 290 and 284, the difference between the powers is 6, because the difference between the powers is 6, and because also that x plus 1 by x value is given in the question as root 3, the answer for this question is 0. Now you might get, how it is so, sir? You are just concluding that if the difference is 6, the answer becomes 0. How it is so? Very simple, sir. In this particular equation, suppose if I take x power 284 as common, if I take common factor, the numerator, not the numerator, basically the first term becomes x power 6, second term becomes 1, but we know that x power 6 plus 1 is nothing but equal to 0. So it is x power 284 into 0. Anything multiplied by 0, the value is 0. Very simple. So instead of taking that common factor, all those things, and wasting our time, we can easily conclude that x power 6, or the power difference, the difference between the powers, if it is equal to 6, then the value will be equal to 0, right? Then the value will be equal to 0. That we can conclude it very, very easily. I hope this particular screen is very, very clear for you. Now before moving on to this first problem, I want to teach you few more extra points, sir. Then only we will move on to the first problem. First of all, whatever I have written in this particular screen, this should be very, very clear for you, especially in this box. Whatever I have written, this should be very clear for you. But having said that, let me take it a little more extra explanations for you, so that it will be even more clear for you people. Let me erase these two screens, sir. Let me erase these two screens completely, so that we will learn some other extra things right now. Now see here, sir. Can I say that I told you just one thing just a minute ago, or just a couple of minutes ago, saying that if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, then x power 6 plus 1 equal to 0. We also proved it, right? We also proved this. Now what I will do is, I will do something like, whenever I know the value of x plus 1 by x, I can easily find x square plus 1 by x square value. X square plus 1 by x square will be equal to k square minus 2, root 3 whole square minus 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. That means, can I say like this also? If, instead of saying if x plus 1 by x equal to root 3, I will say it as if x square plus 1 by x square equal to 1, then also I can say that x power 6 plus 1 will be equal to 0. This is the other way of expressing. Like that you can express in so many ways. You can express it and get the answer very easily, sir. I hope you are understanding the logic. Now another way of expressing, observe carefully. Multiple ways you can express it. Can I say like this also? Observe carefully, sir. Can I say that the given condition is x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3. This same condition, I will take the LCM. LCM is x. X into x becomes x square plus 1 divided by x equal to root 3. That root 3 into x will be multiplied. If that right hand side root 3x comes to the left hand side, it becomes minus x square minus root 3x plus 1 equal to 0. I can also write it as a quadratic equation. Then this condition also will be true. Then the same condition holds good. X power 6 plus 1 equal to 0. That means the same equation, I wrote it in this format by taking the LCM and shifting here and there, sir. Nothing else. And I can also write it in another format. What is that another format? X plus 1 by x value is given on the left hand side. root 3 is given on the right hand side. Let me square both sides. That means it becomes x plus 1 by x whole square. X plus 1 by x whole square is equal to root 3 whole square is 3. This also is another way of writing. And in this case also, x power 6 plus 1 will be equal to 0. That means I will combine this particular screen. Whatever the 4 conditions I have written in this particular screen, let me put everything into one single box. Let me put everything into one single box. See, if you observe carefully, in this particular screen, if condition is differing in different formats, everything is same only. All the if condition in this screen is exactly the same, but the way of writing them is different, and then condition in all the 4 cases is the same in this particular screen. But if you observe the other screen, if you observe this particular screen, if condition is the same here, then conditions are different ways of writing. I want to combine this particular table with this screen what I showed you right now, this screen, and I want to put it in one single box, so that is the one which we should remember always. That means let us write the if condition right now. If x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, this is one of the way of expressing, or I can also write it as x plus 1 by x whole square is equal to 3, or I am still in the if condition, sir. What else I can write? I wrote this condition, I wrote this condition. I can also write it as x square minus root 3x plus 1 equal to 0. X square minus root 3x plus 1 equal to 0. This is the other way of expressing it. Or I can also write it as x square plus 1 by x square equal to 1. X square plus 1 by x square equal to 1. If any of these conditions are given in the question, then I can solve the following things in the then condition. Then condition becomes, there are 3 things once again in then condition. First thing is x cube plus 1 by x cube equal to 0, then x cube plus 1 by x cube equal to 0, or I can also say the same thing as x power 6 plus 1 equal to 0, or I can say this as x power 6 equal to minus 1. All the varieties of usage I have written in one single screen, and I am putting it inside a box. This is the one that you should know, and we have proved it also wherever it is required. If you know this box, problem solving should never be a difficult task for you people. Solving problem is never a difficult task, sir. It becomes very easy if you know this particular box. If you want, if you are really interested, in fact we can also reduce it to one more form also if it is required. See here, what is that one more form which we can reduce? See here, we have x plus 1 by x whole square is equal to 3. Let me show it here. X plus 1 by x whole square. X plus 1 by x whole square, I have it as 3. Now, what I will do is, on the left hand side, I will subtract from 1. Right hand side also, I should subtract from 1 in that case. Yes, I am subtracting it from 1. Now, observe carefully. Left hand side, 1 can be written as 1 square. This is nothing but a square minus b square. A square minus b square is, it is a plus b. That means x plus 1 by x plus 1 into a minus b. It is x plus 1 by x minus 1. Right hand side is nothing but equal to 3 minus 1 is nothing but how much? 2. That means this is another way of writing an if condition. Like that they can ask so many ways. If you want, I will just include here itself, sir. In the if condition itself, another way is x plus 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 1 by x minus 1. If it is equal to 2, then x cube plus 1 by x cube is equal to 0, or x power 6 plus 1 equal to 0, or x power 6 is equal to minus 1. Like that you can simplify the given if condition into many formats, and you can simplify the finding out then condition also into many formats. I have written all the possible formats into one single screen, and this is what you are looking at the screen right now. I hope this particular box is very clear for everyone. before we move on to the problem solving. This should be very clear, sir. Now see here, after understanding that the problem solving is never a difficult task. Now see the first question. First question says, if x plus 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 1 by x minus 1 equal to 2. Now this is the condition I included just very recently. If this condition is equal to 2, then I can say that x power 6 plus 1 equal to 0, or I can also say x power 6 is equal to minus 1, right? X power 6 is equal to minus 1. Now, before moving on to all these 7 questions, observe carefully, sir. X power 6 is equal to minus 1. I am sure you know it. X power 6 can be written as x power 6 into 1. That means it is an odd multiple of 6. It is an odd multiple of 6. Suppose I will square it on both sides. It becomes x power 6 whole square. That is nothing but x power 12. X power 12 can be written as x power 6 into 2. That means 12 is nothing but even multiple of 6. Can I say that right hand side also will be squared? Minus 1 whole square is 1. That means from these two I can easily conclude saying that whenever the power is an odd multiple of 6, your value is always equal to minus 1. Whenever the power is an even multiple of 6, your value is always equal to plus 1. Don't get confused. Odd multiple is minus 1 because minus 1 power odd number is always minus 1. Even multiple is plus 1 because minus 1 power even power is always equal to plus 1. Simple way of understanding. This should be clear initially. First of all, why did this condition come? Because in the if condition they have given x plus 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 1 by x minus 1 equal to 2. This is also one of the if conditions where x power 6 plus 1 will be equal to 0. I hope the idea is clear. Now see here, there are 7 questions which are given in the first question itself. In the first question there are 7 sub questions, but I have not given the answers for options for any of these things. Without options we can easily solve it. Anyway, options are not actually required. See here, listen to this very carefully, sir. Listen to this very carefully. First question, x power 38 plus 1 by x power 38. First question I will write it in detail, but in the next few questions you don't need to write that much detail. You can actually solve very fast without solving or without writing too much in detail. Now x power 38. First of all, 38 is not a power of 6, but take a power of 6 which is closer to 38. Power of 6 which is closer to 38 is 36. So I will write it as x power 36 into x power 2. That is nothing but x power 38. Similarly, 1 divided by x power 36 into x power 2. Now observe carefully, sir. I just told you 1 minute before that whenever the power is an even multiple of 6, the value is plus 1. That means x power 36. 36 is an even multiple of 6. Why are you saying that it is even multiple of 6? Because 36 is 6 times of 6. 6 times of 6. That second 6 is an even number. So it is 1. The value for this is 1. 1 into x square is x square. Let me write it here. Plus 1 divided by x power 36 is once again an even multiple of 6. The value is 1. 1 into x square is x square. That means basically they are asking you to find x square plus 1 by x square value. But can I say that we also know that this if condition x plus 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 1 by x minus 1 equal to 2 can also be expressed as x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3. All things are same. That is the reason I am telling you so many times, never ever forget the table what I gave. This box, this one box, x plus 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 1 by x minus 1 equal to 2 can also be called as x plus 1 by x equal to root 3. All are same. Everything is same. The ways of expressing them is different. That means we know the value of x plus 1 by x as root 3 in this question. They are asking you to find x square plus 1 by x square value. It is very simple, sir. When you know x plus 1 by x as root 3, x square plus 1 by x square is, it is k square minus 2. Root 3 whole square minus 2. It is 3 minus 2. Answer for this question is 1. But trust me, you should solve this question within 2 to 3 seconds, or worst case 5 seconds. Why did I take so much time? Because I want to explain in detail at least 1 or 2 questions, so that the next few questions become easy for you to understand when I skip some of the intermediate not required steps. I hope you are getting the points. Now see here, second sub question, x power 45 plus 1 divided by x power 69. X power 45, let me write it here if you are getting confused in one screen itself. X power 45 plus 1 divided by x power 69. Now observe carefully, sir. 45, I can write it as 42 into 40 x power 3. X power 42 into x power 3. Similarly, 69. 69 can be written as x power 66 into x power 3. X power 66 into x power 3. Now see here, power is 42. 42 is 6 into 7. That 7 is an odd number. So 42 is an odd multiple of 6. The value is minus 1. Minus 1 into x cube is minus x cube. Plus x power 66. 66 is 6 times of 11. 11 is an 11 is an odd multiple. So it is once again minus 1. So the value is 1 divided by minus x cube. But if I take that minus outside, I can write that minus here. So it is minus x cube minus 1 by x cube. If I take minus totally outside and put it inside the bracket, this middle term becomes plus. That means in simple language, I know the value of x plus 1 by x in this question as root 3. I know the value of x plus 1 by x as root 3. Finding out x cube minus 1 by x cube value, x cube plus 1 by x cube value is not at all a difficult task. In fact, you don't even have to find. We know a very simple property. If x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, x cube plus 1 by x cube will be equal to how much? 0 with a negative sign. There is nothing called as minus 0. It is nothing but 0. I hope the idea for the second question is very clear for you people. See the third question, sir. See the third question. Let us not waste any of our time. Third question says x power 53 plus 1 divided by x power 53. Now see here, x power 53 plus 1 divided by x power 53. Now if you are little smart, power of 6 which is closer to 53, you will write it as x power 48 into x power 5. But the second term becomes x power 5. X power 5 is a complex number. We know only till x cube plus 1 by x cube for this present moment. So let us not complicate. The next power which is closer to 53 is 54. That means if this was 54, it would have been easy. Write it as 54, make it easy. Who is asking you to complicate? So I will write it as x power 54, but the question actually given is 53. So divide by x. It is nothing but x power 53 only, right? Plus here also you want 54. So make it as 54. Don't even think twice. Make it as 54. But in the denominator, power should be 53. Multiply numerator by x. So x divided by x power 54 is 1 by x power 53 itself. Now observe carefully, sir. Now it is very, very simpler to solve. Now can I say that 54 is 6 times of 9. It is an odd power of 6. So it is minus 1. Minus 1 divided by x. Let me write it. Minus 1 divided by x. And here also 54 is odd multiple of 6. It is also minus 1. So it is x divided by minus 1. It is minus x. If I take minus common factor, this becomes x plus 1 by x. And from the if condition of the question, we know the value of x plus 1 by x as root 3. Answer for the third sub question is minus root 3. Very simple, sir. The questions are damn easy, right? Answer for this question is minus root 3. Let us move on to the fourth sub question of first question. X power 75 plus 1 by x power 75. Let me write it here itself. It is not at all a difficult question. See here, x power 75 is x power 72 into x power 3, but 72 is nothing but 6 into 12. It is an even multiple, so this is nothing but 1 into x power 3. So first term is x power 3. Similarly, the second term is 1 divided by x cube. And we know the property that if x plus 1 by x is equal to root 3, directly we know that x cube plus 1 by x cube value equal to 0. So answer is very simple for this. It is 0. I hope fourth sub question is very clear. Now see here. Fifth, sixth and seventh sub questions all are given in one single liner, right? All are one single line questions. Now observe carefully, sir. Let me write the question so that you will understand it better. Fifth sub question is x power 84 plus x power 66. Let me write it here. This is fifth sub question. X power 84 plus x power 66. Next is x power 30. What is the next value, sir? Next value is x power 18, 12 and 3. So it is x power 18 plus x power 12 plus 3. This value we need to find. Now looking into the question itself, within a second you should identify that here the power is 18, here the power is 12. The difference between 18 and 12 is 6. Whenever the difference between the powers is 6, the value is 0. These two are eliminated straightforward. Within second you should eliminate that. Next, continue solving the question. 84 is nothing but how much, sir? It is 6 into 14. 14 into 6 is 84. 14 into 6. 14 is an even number. It's an even multiple of 6. Value is plus 1. Plus 66 is 6 into 11. Odd multiple of 6. Value is minus 1. Plus 30 is 6 into 5. Odd multiple of 6. Value is minus 1. Plus the 3 whatever they have given, I will write it as it is. 1 minus 1 is 0. 3 minus 1 is 2. Answer for this question is 2. Very, very easy, sir. The moment you understand the concept, the questions become very easy to solve. Now see the sixth question. Sixth question is also a very easy question. You don't even have to write the entire thing and waste your time. In the question itself, you can eliminate so many things. 320, 314. Difference is 6. Value is 0. 250, 244. Difference is 6. Value is 0. 94, 88. Value is 0. 45, 39. Value is 0. X power 6. Value is minus 1. Plus 5. Final answer is 4. How beautiful or how simple this can be. I hope the idea is clear. This is how you need to simplify. The value for this question is how much? Answer for the sixth sub question is 4. Within seconds you can solve it if you know the logic. I hope till here everyone is clear. Let me write the last sub question of the first main question in the next screen. Let us solve it. Powers are 79, 55, 41. Let me remember few. Right? Seventh sub question. 79. 55, x power 79, x power 55, x power 41. What is the next 3 powers, sir? Let me see it. X power 25, 19, 12, 5, 2. 25, 19, x power 25, x power 19, x power 12, x power 5, x power, sorry, it is not x power something, it is constant 2. This value we need to find. Now see here, this is very simple once again. 79 is 78 plus 1, but 78 is 13 into 6. It is an odd multiple of 6. It is minus. So x power 78 is minus 1. Into x power 1, it is minus x. Like that you should do it very fast. Next, x power 54, it is 6 into 9. Again it is odd multiple, it is minus. So let me put minus 1. Into x power 1, so it is minus x once again. Next, x power 41. 41 is x power 42 divided by x. X power 42 is once again odd multiple. It is minus 1 divided by x. Next, x power 25, x power 19. The difference is 6. The value is 0. Directly eliminated. X power 12. X power 12 is x power 6 into 2. 12 is an even multiple of 6. The value directly is plus 1. Next, x power 5. X power 5 is x power 6 divided by x power 6 value is minus 1 divided by x, and the constant 2 I will write it as it is. That means if you observe minus x is minus 2x minus 2x minus 1 by x minus 1 by x is minus 2 by x. That 2 I will take common, that minus also I will take common, you will be left with x plus 1 by x, and you are also left with the constants 2 plus 1 that is equal to 3. That means in the if condition they have only given in the question x plus 1 by x value is nothing but root 3. So it is minus 2 root 3 plus 3 should be the answer, or it is 3 minus 2 root 3. I hope the idea for these questions are very clear, and this is exactly the way you need to solve this kind of questions. Once again I am saying it before moving on to the next problem. This particular table should be very clear. That means if the condition given is x plus 1 by x equal to root 3, or x plus 1 by x whole square equal to 3, or x square minus root 3x plus 1 equal to 0, or x square plus 1 by x square equal to 1, or I can also write it as x plus 1 by x plus 1 into x plus 1 by x minus 1 equal to 2. If any of these conditions are given, then you can easily say that x cube plus 1 by x cube value equal to 0, or x power 6 plus 1 equal to 0, or x power 6 is equal to minus 1, or you can also say x power some multiple of 6, or it need not be a multiple of 6 for that matter, whatever it is, x power something plus x power something else, that something and something else, the difference between the powers should be 6. If the difference between the powers is 6, then the value happens to be 0 once again. So these are all few things that you need to remember to solve some good excellent questions, and we have solved the first main question which has 7 sub questions for our basic level of understanding. I hope the entire first question is very clear for everyone who is listening to the class.